Hey everybody, Brian here, and today's video is going to be about Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall. Now, I already made a video about this place before. It was my second video on this channel, actually, but it showed Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall at night and the atmosphere around that. So I will provide a link to that in the info box below, and I hope you guys will check that out. The place really comes alive at night on Fridays and the weekend. This video is more about Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall itself and the history and the facts about the place. Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall is arguably the most well-known landmark in Taiwan, or in Taipei at least, and tons of people visit every year. The hall is named after Chiang Kai-shek, or Chiang Zhong-zhen. If you don't know who he is, then you can watch my Taiwan history video to find out. But I will tell you here too. So Chiang Kai-shek was the leader of the KMT, or the Chinese Nationalist Party, which after it was defeated by the Chinese Communist Party, led by Mao Zedong, in the late 1940s, fled to Taiwan and set up a Chinese Republican government here in Taiwan. Now, that might not sound so bad until you hear that when Chiang's KMT arrived in Taiwan, they committed a large-scale massacre of the local population called 228 or 228. He suppressed local culture in favor of a mainland Chinese one. Chiang set up a single-party state, or a dictatorship, and he declared martial law, or military rule, which lasted until the 1980s. Chiang ruled Taiwan from about 1950 to his death from basically old age in 1975. It was a mixture of basically sickness, illness that comes along with being really, really old. So anyway, guys, it's a mixed record, or a mixed legacy, to say the least. So, Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall, luckily, is easily accessible via the MRT, or the subway system in Taipei City. The footage at the very start of the video was of that station. The hall was designed by an architect named Yang Jo-chung, and it was completed in 1980. Everything about the building is symbolic. So the blue and the white colors represent the KMT, the Chinese Nationalist Party colors. The square hall matches with the Chinese characters of Zhong and Zhen, and the roof matches with the character Ren. And there are 89 steps at the front of the hall, and that was for Chiang, who was 89 years old when he died. Okay, so there's just a little background right there. And the hall is open almost every day of the year except for Chinese New Year, of course, which is the biggest holiday of the year in Taiwan, and when there's any kind of maintenance going on. And there is a changing of the guard ceremony every hour on the hour from 9 to 5 o'clock around the giant bronze statue of Chiang. And inside the lower levels of the hall are art galleries, exhibits that show the Chinese fight against the Japanese in World War II, and of course the personal history of Chiang Kai-shek and his family and all his personal effects. So now, to the interesting history of this site that a lot of expats and visitors to Taiwan might not know. So in 2000, when DPP politician Chen Shui-bian was elected president of the ROC, and I've talked about this man in other videos I've made, you can check those out. It was the first time the executive branch of the government fell out of KMT control. So this gave the DPP, which is basically, if you know anything about Taiwanese politics, hostile to the KMT and hostile to anything mainland Chinese, it gave them a chance to change things, and they did. Chen Shui-bian had Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall renamed to Taiwan Democracy Memorial Hall, and he had Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Square renamed to Liberty Square. And giant banners were hung on the side of the hall, which read Taiwan Democracy Memorial Hall, and inside the hall, in front of Chiang's giant bronze statue, all kinds of decorations, signs, and posters were hung up, obscuring the statue, the plaques, and obscuring the inscriptions. So obviously this caused a massive controversy, and it angered a lot of people on the blue side of the political spectrum. And in 2009, after the KMT retook the presidency with Ma Ying-jeou, the original name of the hall was restored, and the decorations, posters, and etc., which obscured the bronze statue, were removed, and basically everything was made as it was before, except for the new name of the square, which was retained. So it's still Liberty Square. Now, recently, with the election of Tsai Ing-wen of the DPP to the presidency, again, I made a video about that earlier, you can check that out. There is talk again of renaming things, and, I forget exactly where I heard or read this, but there was talk by some of not only renaming things, but demolishing the statue of Chiang Kai-shek, or even demolishing the entire hall and putting I don't know what in its place. So what I want to know from you people viewing this video is, what do you think? Should the new government make new drastic changes to try and right the wrongs of the past? And if so, what exactly should be done? What do you want them to do? Or should things be kept as they are? And is this just a silly rewrite or whitewashing of history that could cost, a ton of money, since the site brings in so many tourists every year? So let me know how you feel in the comments. And as always, guys, don't forget to rate, share, subscribe to the channel. And bye-bye. Thanks for watching. By the way, guys, don't forget that the flag contest is still going on that I launched in my previous video. And so please, I urge you guys, please design those flags and submit them to me. I already have one submission in, so I only need 9 more before I can complete the entries for that and put up the video and get to the judging and get to the awarding of the prize. Alright guys, thank you. Bye-bye.